This is my recce for my location I'll be shooting in for my music artist print-based adverts. I've decided to shoot it in my dad's office as it was easily accessible to me. I know it's a safe place to do it and there aren't any major health hazards or risk hazards, and it had the locations that I needed. As in my digipack mock-up, I decided that I needed a very plain background, preferably white. However, I didn't have access or I couldn't find a large white wall to shoot on, so I've decided to do it on this kind of off grey beige colour. As the reason I needed a plain white wall was because I'm using a prism to refract light through in order to get a rainbow. I thought if I had a plain background this wouldn't detract from the rainbow. So in the first photo you can see here, it is just a large expanse of wall, which is what I need, as I'm planning on doing possibly an A4 landscape print advert. So I thought it needs to be wide enough so that I can get a mid shot and have the width of a landscape photo rather than portrait. However, I do still have the option to do a portrait if I decide to. The only problem with this location is that there is a large window next to it, as you can see in this photo, and so depending on what time of day, the lighting might be different and it might interfere with the studio lights or how the prism refracts. So if I'm doing it at night, it shouldn't be a problem. However, if I am doing it in the daytime like it is in the photo, this might be a problem on the general lighting of the shot. So that's something I need to consider. In the second location here, this is basically an unfinished editing booth. This is good as there's restricted natural lighting, whereas in the last location, obviously there was a large window. However, the problem with this location is the walls are quite close together as it's only a small space, so I might not be able to get the studio lights into the right position to refract properly or to just give a nice overall look to the shot. So that's a problem I might need to consider, but this one is a good location to use. This third location here is at the top of the stairs in my dad's office, so that's something I had to consider for my risk assessment, as if shooting at the top of the stairs isn't the most safe place to be in case someone falls backwards and goes down the stairs. So I've accounted for that in my risk assessment. However, this would be good as if you look to the left behind the green chair, there's a pair of double doors, and I thought if I could somehow reflect some light off of that, or maybe try and refract light through those doors as well, I could get more rainbows or that kind of effect. However, I don't know if the lights will interfere with the shot instead of making it look better, so that's something I'm going to have to consider as well. And this is my final location. This is kind of my backup location in case all of the other ones fail. For example, if the first one's too bright, if the second one is too narrow so I can't get the lights in, and if the third one does reflect badly off the windows and looks odd, this is my last location. In theory, this probably would be the best location. As you can see, there's a massive amount of wall there that I can use. However, as you can see from the photo, it's really, really cluttered and it would take me a while to clean out and for it to be usable. So that's the only problem here. But if all else fails, I do have a backup location that should definitely work, as there are no windows in this room, so it can't be interfered with by natural daylight.